Blessings, everyone. Today, I was very drawn to pull an oracle card from the deck of the Divine Feminine, and this is from Megan Watterson. This is a new deck, so please bear with me. I'm still getting acclimatized to the energies that come through with this one. And the reason why is because there's been so much beautiful weaving between the divine feminine, the divine masculine, whether we're embodying the divine feminine or this is an aspect of the divine masculine that's coming through. And it's just been, especially now because everybody has been going out and being in touch with nature, that energy, divine mother, divine feminine is very strong right now. And it's just a beautiful message that wants to come through. So I am going to use the Tibetan bells. Sorry, I was doing my singing bowl earlier, and so, but these are the Tibetan bells, and I like to ring this 3 times. And what this does is it just disperses the energy and heightens the energy because of the bells. And I do this 3 times, one for source, one for spirit, and one for soul, and it just helps to embody this on many levels. First, I would like to ask, with gratitude, Source, to allow me to be a medium of light. And I ask the energy of divine feminine, whether embodied or an aspect of, to please come through so that I may bring a message for the highest good. Thank you. Now I just shuffle the cards 3 times. Again, I do everything with 3 because they ask that I embody source, spirit, and soul to create the Trinity, the divine union. Okay. And how I work this is I just pull on the cards, and if the card raises up out of the deck, or if it falls, sometimes moves a certain way, that's my signal from spirit that this is the card that they would like me to use. And of course, I'm not going to take, if it's a whole bunch of cards, I won't receive that. I only usually do a few. And so here we go. We have one that's moved up from the deck, and I take this as a sign. And this is Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. And what is, right away, it's a very beautiful resonance, because I know that this month we celebrate and honor Mary Magdalene. This is a benediction in her month of coming through for her. And so right away, they're just talking about the cosmic egg and how this time, what's happening, especially for my divine masculines, is that they're out and expressing the center of this. They're coming into the space where we're starting to understand that there is no more duality. We've moved out from this karmic lesson or this this energetic balance, and they're saying now is to embody. The theme seems to be embodiment, and we're embodying that cosmic egg, the womb. And they're saying that this isn't just about the divine feminine. This isn't just within. This is also within the divine masculine. This is an aspect of him. These are the traits and the teachings that he is moving into. And so I would like to just read from the book, Mary Magdalene. Again, I ask the patience, because I'm really learning these new energies from the oracle deck. And it's not they don't have these cards in a certain order, and there's no index, so you'd have to forgive me for taking that a moment to find it. Mary Magdalene embodies the capacity we all have to merge with the soul and receive divine guidance through a love that never ends. Mary was born in the 1st century of Magdala, Israel. She was the first to witness the resurrection, and for this reason is revered in Christianity as the apostle to the apostles. Forgive me for this. I seem to, the book is kind of, Spirit is, it's got a sense of humor sometimes. In the meaning of Mary Magdalene, an author and Episcopal priest, Cynthia relates that the Gospel of Thomas, Philip, and Mary Magdalene all reveal Mary not only as Jesus' beloved companion, but as an equal partner in teaching and transmission. Cynthia believes that Mary Magdalene's Gospel contains a secret teaching that Christ gave to Mary so she could pass through the 7 stages to reach the soul, or the nous, which is the highest point of the soul, and it is in the union with her soul that allows Mary to see the risen Christ. And so they're pulling me to read the lesson because what they're saying is that the book is a more advanced understanding, and if we're not familiar with that, it would be difficult for everyone to understand that aspect of it. So they're asking to read the teaching. When Mary Magdalene represents the fierce, unwavering love that we all have access to within our own vulnerable heart. It's a love that renders all things sacred, from animals to the angels, from the poorest to the most powerful. It's a love that sees the inherent worth of all things, and it's a love that remains even though the darkest times come through death. Her love is the one that resurrects. And the Gospel of Mary Magdalene relates that Jesus came to unite us, to demonstrate to us a true human being, meaning a person who is both fully human and fully divine. This is what Mary became, and it's why she is so beloved to Jesus. She didn't just seek to follow him. She sought instead to become her true self. Mary Magdalene reminds us that we have the power to receive vision from within. We are worthy of such a proximity to the divine because that's the other half of what is meant to be truly human. She reminds us that there's a bridge between heaven and earth and that we are that bridge. And she wants us to remember that the truest church we have to enter in is in the heart. There is where our true power rests and where love never ends. And so with this message, they are saying that many of us have been receiving downloads with that from the divine masculine and the divine feminine, that balance, that sacred womb, that birthing, and that cosmic egg is our median between the worlds, and it's a gateway through our heart. And as we come together, we're encouraging each other to allow that space to open, and all the creativity is flowing. They're showing me a friend's painting recently that had inspired a moment for me personally with this, where it was the eternal unification. It was the birthing of the divine feminine and the divine masculine through the eternal now, that presence that we hold, and so it comes in the sacred fire. And they're mentioning that when we become still and we're connecting and we're supporting each other through this. They're talking about many of the divine masculines that have been on social media recently, and I'm seeing this myself, that have opened up this vulnerable space, and they're speaking of this, and and they're bringing through that sacred wisdom. And a friend of mine recently, they're reminding me of this, a conversation the other night had mentioned about this, that about the wisdom. And they're saying that the duality doesn't need to be this anymore. That the birthing from the sacred womb, from the I am presence, that now it's just going to be in the eternal now. We're going to feel that evolution. We're not looking so much for the divine counterparts anymore, because we're embodying that. We're understanding, and this is something that they're saying, that many of the messages are coming through with some of the angels, that we're starting to recognize that there isn't a male or a female. There are these cosmic energies that are coming, the cosmic egg that's birthing this, but it's coming from within. And what we recognize on the outside of this is no longer a duality. It's a timeline shift. That's what they're speaking of. That we're weaving within different timelines now. That no longer the divine feminine or the divine masculine expressions are needed to do this. That what is needed is to embrace the embodiment, embrace the wisdom, the cosmic egg. And they're saying this is where, from the heart space, we will know infinitely the Christ light. And so they're pulling their energy back. I'm learning from this myself. A lot of times when the readings come through, especially that this is a new oracle deck and the energies are new to me, the teachings aren't always something that I understand right away. And so it's hard for me, myself, to elaborate. I'm just bringing through what I'm hearing. And so, and they're also giving me visualizations of this, which would be impossible for me to express on a video. So I sometimes have to go back and read and listen and absorb what these new teachings are, because they're saying that now what all of us are bringing through, all of us that are getting these downloads and sharing them, is all new. And we have to be open to understanding that we may say things that other enlightened beings, souls, will not agree with or understand. And that's okay. What we're being asked to do is just to share it anyway, and trust that maybe not in this moment will it make sense, but at some point it will, because a lot of these things, the divine now is aligning, and we're still weaving through that concept of time here. And this is going to change very soon, where when we get these messages, there isn't going to be any separation. The cosmic womb is going to birth this right through us, and it's going to be experienced in the moment. So I hope this message finds you well, and that today brings beautiful blessings to everyone. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you. Much love.